Hello everyone, welcome to Myth and Magic. I think we're just going to stick with that name, so that's what this is going to be, Myth and Magic. Last video was an old one. It was actually the second video that I had recorded in the series. I didn't have much time at the beginning of the new year to kind of put something new together and re-record it, and I thought it would be interesting to kind of just show how things had started out. This video was actually the very first one that I had recorded. Sad news was that I was putting my microphone into the phone itself, which I am recording on, and the sound didn't come through, so there was no sound. And it's probably for the better. I went a little more cosplay than I intended. I will put some clips at the end. I have some videos of me voguing that might be fun just put at the end of this. But that was when I was doing makeup during the video and still kind of trying to figure out how I was going to do this. So today we are talking about Persephone, goddess of spring and queen of the underworld. Now we're going to start, as we usually do, with kind of the origins. So Persephone, she was often depicted as a beautiful young woman in Greek mythology with fair skin and radiant features befitting her status as a goddess. She was often portrayed wearing flowing robes, which symbolized her connection to nature and the changing seasons. Her hair was described as chestnut, which is, or blonde, I think. Chestnut or blonde. My hair kind of looks chestnutty right now because I have pink lighting in our office and it's not translating well, but it does give my hair kind of a chestnutty feature. But anyway, chestnut hair, curly to the shoulders. And Persephone's appearance was both to embody youthful innocence and regal grace, reflecting her dual role as both the daughter of Demeter and the queen of the underworld alongside Hades. And as we all know, her story is one that people are very intrigued by, so we're going to kind of just go through things and talk about her. So as we know, Persephone's story is one of duality, weaving between the beauty of spring and the depths of the underworld, and that's been visually emphasized in a lot of media, like modern media, especially in when you go into like Lore Olympus. Now, Persephone was the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. Demeter's the goddess of agriculture and fertility, and Persephone was known for her unparalleled beauty, which caught the eye of Hades, the god of the underworld. One day, okay, just a side note, a lot of the modern depictions of Persephone and Hades' story is very romantic, very noble and sweet. Hades is a gentleman. Persephone kind of just falls in his lap or is given to him through kind of an arranged marriage thing, depending on who wrote what and decided how to weave this. Original story, Hades is a tiny bit of a red flag. Take out tiny. Here, if you don't know, we're gonna kind of discuss why. So, one day, while Persephone was picking flowers in a meadow, Hades emerged from the depths of the earth and abducted her. He just took her to the underworld to be his wife. Didn't ask questions. Just like, hey, you're hot. Let's get hitched. Whether she was up for this or not is not actually discussed in any of the mythology I have found. Most mythology doesn't go into the depths of the emotional state of those beings, but I can assume that she was terrified and maybe not up for this, despite how good looking Hades might have been and how good of a guy he is throughout mythology, because modern takes on Hades are very backwards to how he actually acts in mythology. Not always, but modern interpretation has taken the stereotype of god of the underworld and therefore he must be evil. That wasn't the case here. Hades was a good guy. He was loyal to Persephone. There is one added kind of like thing where he might have had an affair with a nymph a mint leaf nymph, which is kind of touched on in Lore Olympus as a previous relationship. Anyway, it doesn't matter so much. As far as most people are concerned, Hades was very loyal to his wife and they were in love. That might have been a Stockholm Syndrome thing. It might have been that Persephone grew to love him, but he abducted her and made her his wife. And if you listen to true crime podcasts like I do, that doesn't end well. And most of the time, in fact, if not all of the time, in fact, all of the time, the woman is not up for this. So it is nice that that is usually changed in modern interpretations because, yeah, Demeter, Persephone's mother, was devastated, consumed by grief, and rage. I mean, Mama Lion came out here, Mama Bear, and she searched tirelessly for her daughter. She neglected her duties as the goddess of agriculture, which caused a lot of problems in the mortal world. Her despair caused the earth to wither and die, and it plunged the world into eternal winter. Zeus, perceiving this as a problem, because they like being worshipped by mortals, they like the people. Zeus likes to have his little flings, whatever. He wants to save his sexy ladies, I guess. He fears for the extinction of life. He intervenes and brokered a deal with Hades. Persephone would spend half the year in the underworld and with her husband, and the other half on earth with her mother. This is how the Greeks explained the changing of seasons. This is the myth that was born from that. When Persephone ascends from the underworld to reunite with Demeter, spring blooms forth and the earth is renewed with life. But when she returns to the underworld, winter descends once again. So Persephone's story teaches us about the cycle of nature of life and death, the importance of balance, and the enduring bond between mother and daughter. Now, just a little side thing. I did do a little bit of research, or I came across some ideas that, how do I want to describe this? Persephone, there are people who worship Persephone, who believe in the Greek mythology and make that as a part of their lives, and believe that they have received information from Persephone that they do not like the comic Lore Olympus. And I can assume that might be because of the portrayal of her relationship with her mother and kind of putting Hades as the hero in misconstruing the original story. Because one, Persephone has a very strong, loving bond with her mother in the mythology. And Hades abducts her. I'm tripping over my words. That's fun. So, having your mom portrayed as this awful person, that would be upsetting. And, kind of switching the roles here of who was the good guy and who wasn't. I hope I don't get flack for this. I'm just giving you the original story, and I love the story of Hades Persephone. I think that taken into modern context and kind of shifting that one piece, it's a very beautiful story. So the tale of Persephone blends elements of love, betrayal, sacrifice, and renewal, making it a rich and complex narrative that resonates across cultures and generations. It offers glimpses into the mysterious and often tumultuous world of Greek mythology, filled with gods, goddesses, and epic struggles. Persephone's story also explores universal themes such as the cycle of life and death, the power of love and resilience, and the importance of personal growth and identity. These are timeless and speak to the human experience in profound ways, making Persephone's journey relatable to people from all walks of life and to those who like to read the modern renditions of her story. Probably want a love story like the ones that have been adapted for her. Persephone herself is pretty complex. She embodies both innocence and strength as she navigates the challenges of her dual identity as both goddess of spring and the queen of the underworld. Her relationship with other characters, particularly Hades and Demeter, add layers of depth and intrigue to the story. Persephone's transformation from a naive maiden to a powerful queen is a source of inspiration to many. Her ability to overcome adversity and assert her agency in the face of difficult circumstances serves as a powerful example of resilience and empowerment. So hopefully that means that, at least in this interpretation, is that Persephone did want to be with Hades, and she was okay with the whole setup of, I'm going to spend some time with my husband where my mom really can't go to visit me, and then go see my mom because I love her. I want to be with her. So I hope, I know it's mythology, but you hope that she had a say in what was happening. Now, Persephone's myth has been interpreted and reimagined countless times throughout history, adding to which we've talked about, adding to reflect the values and concerns of different cultures and eras. So, like changing Hades from abducting her to she being in the back of his car, and like, what is he supposed to do? So he just is very gentleman. He takes care of her. I think there's another one where there's like an arranged marriage setup. I'm not sure. I haven't read the book. There's a part of me that wants to, and there's another part of me that's read reviews, and I'm like, I'm a very character-driven reader, and it sounds like the characters aren't driving the story, which is hard for me. But I digress. In pop culture, Persephone's story has been, like I said, retold many times. So in pop culture, here are some references that you can find. I think someone turned on the wash upstairs, so if you can hear the really loud trickling of water in the background, I apologize. I will do my best to cut that sound out. Okay, we're going to talk about where you can find the story of Persephone. So first, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. It's primarily focused on the story of Achilles, and this novel also features Persephone's myth intertwined with other Greek legends, adding depth and richness to her character. We've mentioned Lore Olympus. I am going to go on a tiny bit of a tangent here, not because I dislike Lore Olympus. I do need to finish it, but here's the thing, and this is for interpretations of what is a strong woman in general. There is no reason that you can like flowers and be frilly and princessy and pretty and all of those things and still be a powerful individual. Yes, I love black. I wear it all the time. I also like the flowy, princessy, springy sort of, stuff. And I think that part of the reason why women and men feel like they have to put a powerful character in black and make her hard is because nobody will take her power seriously if she doesn't. I don't know why in this time, this modern era, why a woman wearing a frilly pink dress who also has a powerful personality can't exist. That is just one of the things that I struggle with when it comes to interpreting powerful women, is that there's just this one cookie cutter exception of what she should be, the stereotype of black dress, slicked back hair, stilettos, spiky, I don't know, but you never see the princessy girl get to be powerful. She's always the damsel in distress. And what happens in Lore Olympus is that when Persephone is the damsel in distress, she's princessy and frilly. But when she starts to go hard and become powerful, she's in like tied her clothes, her eyes go red, which I love. I love eyes going red. I do that in other stories I write, but it's frustrating that there's just one way you look if you're a woman and you're powerful. There's nothing in between. So that's my little tangent. I'm going to get off my soapbox. Another book that has Persephone as the, well, this one, she is the focus. It's called The Goddess Test by Amy Carter. It's a young adult book, and it's a series reimagining Persephone's story in modern context, where a young woman named Kate is tasked with navigating the world of Greek gods and goddesses, including Persephone herself. And then the next book we've got is Persephone by Caitlin Bevis. It's another young adult series. This retelling follows Persephone's journey as she discovers her own strength and identity while navigating the challenges of being a goddess in a world ruled by powerful forces. Hadestown is a musical, one that my husband loves to listen to. I don't know if he's seen it, but I really would like to. I love the bluegrass feel, a little bit of jazz. It's a lot of fun. And this is a Tony Award-winning musical reimagining the myths of Orpheus and Eurydice. And that has a special place in my heart because while I was studying in college, I was doing vocal performance as one of my focuses, and I sang Orpheus and his lute, and it's a beautiful song, very short but lovely. And so I'm excited by this. It also includes elements of Persephone's story, particularly her relationship with Hades. And my husband is always mentioning the actor's name who sings Hades' part and how just versatile and wide his range is because his voice. He sings in one thing and he's this deep, gorgeous baritone with a lot of soul, and then he goes up a little higher into other things. I don't remember what part he was comparing, but anyway, he's worth listening to on his own. But everybody else is obviously, actually, Orpheus is go listen to it. It's really good. The singers in this recording are just lovely. It's just, Orpheus is this beautiful tenor and just, my heart. Okay, I love music. The music presents a gritty, blues-inspired retelling in a post-apocalyptic world. And all of these retellings offer a fresh perspective on Persephone's myth, exploring themes of love, empowerment, and resilience in ways that resonate with modern audiences, because no woman of this day and age, unless she's into that, like, there's some erotica kinks where, you know, Stockholm Syndrome essentially is the theme, and if that's your thing, that's cool, good for you. But most women, I think, would not be cool with being abducted and then forced to marry someone. A lot of men have been arrested for that, and unfortunately not as quickly as they should have been. Now, unfortunately, there aren't, as far as I can find, any like side stories of Persephone. They are all just about her abduction and marriage to Hades, and then Demeter's grief in the cycle of the seasons, being essentially born from these relationships. If you know of any, because I have looked, if you know of any that are actual mythology stories, comment down below. Let me know. Also, tell me if you've read any of the stories I mentioned or have seen Hadestown. But if you like any of the stories or books mentioned, I am an avid reader. I love reading. This bookshelf is my TBR, aside from like one shelf and a couple of other, no, just one shelf. That's my TBR. I have lots of books to read, so I won't get to any Hades and Persephone content anytime soon. But if you have read a story of theirs and can sell me on it, I mean, it's not like I'm going to read any of that in order. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a little fun discussing this story. It's probably not new news to anybody who enjoys mythology. The story of Hades and Persephone is pretty standard. There's not a whole lot that hasn't been discussed already. So this is kind of just a chill Hades and Persephone and Demeter. Because don't forget Mom. So with there being no stories, this is kind of like the Stingy Jack, where this is going to be our only video on Persephone. Last video was longer, and it was Athena, who has an origin story, but then we went through, I kind of just in the moment was searching stuff, and I found some other stories, and it's all one video. And that was before I decided to kind of split the two. With the gods, they will probably be one video anyway, just because the nature of their birth is fairly short. Their origin stories, there's not a whole lot to talk about. I might try to go into worship stuff maybe, and how that looked, but I don't think that will add a whole lot of content to the video itself. So it may be that we'll just discuss a little bit of their origin, maybe some of the worship, and then any stories if there are any. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having fun. I am. Anyway, have a great day. Be nice, be kind, be lovely, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye.